Average Joe's is pleased to announce the return of Growmaster as their official Season 2 series sponsor, and their continued support is greatly appreciated. Through many years of both hunting and raising deer, the folks at Growmasters have determined that the best way to attract deer is with scents that they can't resist to keep them at your mineral sites. So, they formulated a great flavor that deer will love. This gives them the time to get the vitamins and minerals that they need. Growmaster also has meaning. Their product is the leader in the use of all-natural organic dewormer, and as much as they love to hunt, they also love to see their local herd strong, healthy, and growing big. It is their mission to help you do the same. Mention Average Joe Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets and receive a free hat. Happy scouting and hunting from the team at Herd Health Wildlife Products and the Growmasters brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight in Dover with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Jumping straight into qualifying action. You just witnessed some practice. Right now, jumping into qualifying, though. Looking at the board, we've got, I don't know, I'm guessing around 25 or so trucks here. We'll see once we get finished with qualifying. But tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Archer Farmer Memorial 150. We dedicate this event to Archer Duncan Farmer Jr., alive from May 30th, 1936 through December 11th, 2023. Archer passed away surrounded by loved ones, and tonight we race in his memory with gratitude and respect. So here at Dover into qualifying action, first truck onto the track out of Rockford, Illinois. Blake Hewlett out here. Little bit of fog action out there tonight, so we're going to see how this affects the racing as Hewlett heads into turn 1 with the green flag in the air. All kinds of other trucks out there as well. We've got C. Fry out here taking the, well, he's leaving the pits actually, out of Jasper, Missouri. Willie Smith, always a favorite to win, always bad fast. I think he was our quickest in practice. Let's see if that trend continues here through some qualifying action. But as always, folks, we appreciate you tuning in here, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. We will be back for the start of this one, the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 here at Dover.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Have you ever heard something you couldn't explain? Saw a shadow in the corner that wasn't there before? Maybe a voice calling your name when you were alone? Now's your chance to tell your story. Join us on Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. We want to hear your encounters with ghosts, spirits, and things that go bump in the night. Whether you've seen full-bodied apparitions or just felt a chill you can't explain, we want to hear it. Call now. Don't be afraid.
As we return back from break here at the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at Dover, right now, top of the board, Terrence Murphy sitting there looking through the field. I think that's just about everybody, and it is official. Ladies and gentlemen, quick time, Terrence Murphy gonna kick off from the pole position here tonight. But folks, it is just about time to get gridded up and rolling here. 150 miles around Dover Motor Speedway coming up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The Archer Farmer Memorial 150 Dover Motor Speedway Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. On the front row from the pole position, in the number 5, Terrence Murphy. On his outside, it's the number 3 machine, Willie Smith. Row number 2 on the inside is going to be the number 8 of Michael Harrington. On his outside in the 94, Fred Chase. Row number 3 on the inside in the 95, Corey Moore. On his outside in the number 20 machine, Josh Revel. Row number 4 on the inside in the 78, Jason Rushing. On his outside, the 87, Brian Cook. Row number 5 on the inside, it's going to be the 51 of Stephen Blevins. On his outside, it's going to be the 48, Justin McCurdy. Starting in the 11th position, row number 6, going to be the 33, Dallas Hall. On his outside, the 92, Josh Westendorf. Going back to the 13th position, inside of the 7th row, Jeffrey Petty in the 24. On his outside, it's going to be the 62, Jonathan Dominic. Starting 15th, Ryan McClurg. On his outside, Austin Guerrero. Then we have John Stapleton, Douglas Ivey, Frank Chavez, Brad Lawrence, and the rest of them, folks. They got a long way to go. They are starting in the back. They got some serious work to do here at Dover with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. As they pace around, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we've got about 28 trucks signed in here for the Archer Farmer Memorial 150. On your front row, it's going to be the Pepsi 5 machine, Terrence Murphy from the pole position. And on his outside, again, it's the 3 of Willie Smith. Pace car is in, field is set. These fans, they're on their feet, off their seats. They're ready for some Hutchinson Motorsports TV action. Green flag in the air at Dover. Looking clean down the front stretch, heading into turn 1. We got some battles in the back, but back up front, Terrence Murphy holds on to that race lead, but we got a battle side by side for second in the meantime. Willie Smith going to hold on to the spot as one gets into the wall there. I believe that is the 6th position car of Josh Revel. Smoking the wall there, coming out of turn 2. Falling back a little bit here, Jason Rushing holding on to the 8th position as he's got a car to his outside. The 48, Justin McCurdy, looking to make the pass there out of Ada, Oklahoma. Ripping it around here at Dover Motor Speedway. Let's drop back in the field a little bit and hop on board with somebody. Out of Lima, Ohio, Austin Guerrero in the 45 machine. Currently in the 16th position here. See if he can get a run. Not much brewing there. Let's drop back a bit here. See what's going on in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last. We're on board with Jonathan Day running dead last in 28th position. Ladies and gentlemen, if you aren't familiar, here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we always like highlighting the guys racing for last. Everybody's always concerned about, who's fastest, who's going to win. Well, folks, we love seeing who's battling for last. And right here, take a look at that beautiful graphic on the bottom left of your screen. Jonathan Day holding on strong as he's trying to take a run on that number 7 truck in front of him. As the battle for last continues, we jump back up front here. Terrence Murphy, still your race leader here at Dover in that number 5 truck. Second place behind him, Willie Smith in 3. Going back another spot here, Fred Chase sitting in the 3rd position in his number 94 truck. And then in 4th position, going to be the 8 of Michael Harrington. And rounding out your top 5, we got the 95, Corey Moore. So here's your top 5. Little bit foggy out here tonight, but clean green racing so far. 150 laps around Dover Motor Speedway. Let's pull up some track information for you fans at home. 68 degrees out here tonight. Track sitting at 93, so not too hot, but not too cold either on the track. These guys might be battling. Oh no, look out! Oh gosh, the 7 backs up and just annihilates your race leaders. Oh goodness. What just happened, folks? Let's see this replay. Oh gosh, I did not expect this to happen. Brad G was back there, you know, he's battling for last. Rips it off the corner, he spins it out. So, okay, there's one thing, he's all right. He's junk. Okay, so he gets it going here out of Cape Coral, Florida. Well, he parks it for a minute. Then he starts rolling, so caution's out now. So here he is. Now here comes the field. Look out! My goodness. The 48 involved. The 3 is definitely involved. He's flat out junk. 51 involved as well. And obviously the 7. So, folks, that was a brutal one. Not what you want to happen for the 3 car of Willie Smith. Look at this truck. It is junk here tonight. Good news for these guys, though, folks. They do get 1 fast repair. Well, they're going to need it after that. After Brad G pulls off the move of the century, folks. Here he is, fan favorite, Brad G. Well done, Brad. Looks like we got a couple trucks heading down pit road. Brian Cook is in the 4th position, and he's going to head down pit road, maybe get some fresh tires or something. Also have Josh Revel behind him and some others. But, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 right here at Dover on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll be right back.
Have you ever heard something you couldn't explain? Saw a shadow in the corner that wasn't there before? Maybe a voice calling your name when you were alone? Now's your chance to tell your story. Join us on Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. We want to hear your encounters with ghosts, spirits, and things that go bump in the night. Whether you've seen full-bodied apparitions or just felt a chill you can't explain, we want to hear it. Call now. Don't be afraid.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at Dover with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League, your race leader, Terrence Murphy, 2nd place. Now it's going to go over to Corey Moore after our previous 2nd place truck of Willie Smith got absolutely annihilated. We saw Brad G rip it around. He spun it out, and he waited for the field to come up on him. Then he decided to back up, and he just absolutely gets annihilated. So the first caution of the night happens there as Terrence Murphy is setting the pace out front. He's led every lap so far. He's going to try to keep that trend going. We're going to rack them up, though, again, folks. Try it again. Up front's going to be Murphy and Moore on the front row. Second row going to be Rushing and Hall. Then we have Petty and McClurg in row number 3. Going up to the Harpoon Design blimp here. It's a little foggy, folks, but we're going to check out the Harpoon Design blimp for this restart as they roll into the zone. The fans, they're on their feet. They're off their seats. They're ready for some action. Green flag in the air at Dover. Terrence Murphy with another good jump. He's going to head into turn 1 as your race leader. Second place, Corey Moore, then Jason Rushing, Dallas Hall, and Ryan McClurg holding on to that 5th spot. Down the back stretch, these guys are ripping it here. We got 3 wide battle in the back. Josh Revel cruising in the 20th position. I believe he just went down pit road. I don't know if he got fresh tires or what the case was, but the Gravedigger, he's got the Gravedigger 07 car behind him. Meanwhile, in the 20 fsport.com machine, I think that's what it says, Josh Revel cruising in the 20th position. I'm looking at the logs here. I think Brad G, what do you do here? So Brad G leaves pit road. This is after the green comes out. Not sure what's going on. He just stops. So Brad G having some trouble here tonight. Taking a look back up front, though. Wow, our top 2 just running away with it right now. That's Corey Moore in second, your race leader. Terrence Murphy right now. Murphy's led every lap so far. He's going to try to keep that trend rolling. As we watch these 2 duke it around here at Dover. We call it the Monster Mile here at Dover, folks. 150 laps around the speedway. These 2 duking it out. Look at 3rd place Rushing way back there. They're just checking out. If this thing stays green, they might lap the field. They can keep this pace. They are flying right now here at Dover. Jumping around the field a little bit here. John Stapleton cruising in the 10th position. Single file through most of the pack, which isn't a bad thing, folks. You know, we've had some rough races the last week or so. Good to see these guys, you know, just kicking back, relaxing. You got a long way to go. There's 150 laps around here. No reason to try to win it on lap number 1 as Frank Chavez making the pass for the 15th position. Jeffrey Petty out of Fayetteville, Tennessee, sitting in the 8th position right now. Good run so far for Jeffrey. See if he can keep this momentum up. Still single file through most of the field. Murphy, still your race leader out front with Moore right there with him still. Nothing changing up front though. Meanwhile, Douglas Ivy out of Laurinburg, North Carolina in the 7th position. Good run so far for Douglas. Let's see if he can keep it up. You know what? Let's hop on board. See how Doug is wheeling that number 6 machine. Good looking truck here. A little bit further back, we have Jonathan Dominics in the 11th spot. That's the number 62 machine of Jonathan Dominics. It's a different looking truck. Let's, you know what? Let's see if we can get the Hutchinson Motorsports TV drone. Here it is. So right now we're taking a look at Jonathan Dominics out of Halifax. I believe he is from Canada. Oh, he's got Skyline chili on his truck. I should black this truck out. My, that's disgusting. I tell you what, folks, if you haven't been to Skyline Chili, you aren't missing much at all. It is nasty. All they have is hot dogs and chili. Nastiest thing I ever seen. Imagine having chili at a fast food restaurant. That's what Skyline Chili is all about, and he loves it. Jonathan Dominics. I spent a lot of time in Cincinnati. I got a lot of friends that live over that way, and I don't know why, but they love Skyline Chili, and it looks like Jonathan Dominics does himself as well. Put an L in the chat for Jonathan Dominics. But we go back up front here. Your race leader, Terrence Murphy, has checked out. Not sure what happened to Corey Moore, but look at that. Race lead up to 3.3 seconds. Corey Moore must have burned his stuff up trying to keep up with Terrence. Terrence is in an absolute rocket ship here tonight. Here is your race leader, a 4-second lead now, just running away with it. This truck must be illegal, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to be cheating. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Well, right now in the chat, we've got 21 people watching. Not a bad turnout here for some Thursday night action with the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League. You're watching the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at the Monster Mile of Dover. Fun start so far. We had an early caution. Brad G smokes the wall, spins it out, and then he waits for the field to get up to him, throws it in reverse, absolutely annihilates the 3 of Willie Smith. Willie Smith was running in second, folks, when that happened. Well, he had to obviously go down pit road, work on that truck, got it fixed up. Right now, he's worked up to the 19th position. Long race. Willie's got some time, but he needs to start slicing and dicing through the field a bit here if he wants a shot at this race. But here's your race leader. This is incredible, folks. He's like he's gaining a second every lap. Last lap around was a half a second. So he's gaining half a second every lap here at a mile racetrack. And it's not due to saving tires. It's just he's bad fast. Just pure speed out here. Let's hop on board, see what this guy's doing. It's incredible. Display of greatness right here. Terrence Murphy, we're on board. Your race leader. He is an alien here at Dover, ripping it around the speedway, trying to bring home his first win of the season, I believe. Second place now, Ryan McClurg makes the pass, taking over that spot. Dallas Hall in the third. Fourth going to be Jason Rushing. Up to fifth now, Austin Guerrero. Boy, it was a rough race last week for Austin Guerrero, but he's looking pretty good out of Lima, Ohio. Has that beautiful down the rabbit hole podcast truck. That number 45 looking good. He's sitting in the top 5 after starting in the 16th position. Oh, they're junking it. 62's involved. Let's see who else here, folks. Second caution of the night. So Jonathan Dominic's involved. Corey Moore involved as well. Oh, they go 3 wide. Yeah, really nothing the 62 could have done there. You see they're 3 wide. The guy on the bottom kind of runs them up the track here. Take a look. So the 92 just runs him up the track. 95's there. 62 gets jumped. 9 clips him. Nothing too bad, though. So caution is out. That's not what Terrence Murphy wanted. These guys are probably all going to head down pit road now. I do believe, last I checked, I think these guys have 55% fuel capacity here tonight. They do get 1 fast repair. Not sure about the tire changes. But folks, we're going to take a quick break here. You're at the Dover Monster Mile with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League Archer Farmer Memorial 150. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Be sure to click that like button on the channel. Connor Gerard in the chat. Thanks for tuning in here, Connor. Click that like button, subscribe, everybody. We'll be right back. We are back here at Dover. Archer Farmer Memorial 150 here with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Big shout out to the league sponsor, Growmasters. Be sure head on over there, order yourself a couple of buckets. Mention Average Joe Sim Racing League and get yourself a free hat. More info to come later as the pace car is in. Field is set. Front row gonna be Terrence Murphy on the inside. On the outside gonna be the 8 of Harrington. Green flag in the air. Looks like the fog's starting to clear up as they are heading into turn 1. Terrence Murphy holds on to the race lead. No surprise there as we have a battle for the second position. Ryan McClure going to take over that spot into second. That's going to move Harrington into third. Then Hall and Guerrero rounds out your top 5. Meanwhile, we got some battles back here in the middle of the pack. From about 9th back to 15th or so. These guys are duking it out. As always, though, folks, we appreciate you spending your Thursday night right here watching the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. If you do us a big favor, click that like button on the video. Gets more eyes on the league and ourselves. And click that subscribe button. We are making a push for 1,000 subscribers. We are up to 915 or something like that last I checked. And we're really thinking we're going to do something for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We haven't decided what. We got some ideas brewing. We'll see how we handle that, but be sure, go ahead, subscribe here so you can enter yourself to our subscriber giveaway once we come up with some more information. Terrence Murphy already starting to check out. This guy's just on another level here tonight. Let's hop on board again with your race leader. Terrence Murphy in a rocket ship once again here tonight. Wow, this guy is just absolutely flying out there. Dropping back here, the 3rd position, Michael Harrington in that number 8 machine. Pretty good night so far for him. And then behind him, you're going to see Dallas Hall trying to hold off Jason Rushing in a battle for 4th. It's like Hall's going to wash up the track a little bit and Rushing going to stick his nose underneath him, see if he can make the pass. Rushing unable to make the pass, so he's going to hold off, stay in the 5th position. And right behind him it is the 45 machine of Austin Guerrero. Let's take a look here. I'm going to take the Hutchinson Motorsports TV drone down the rabbit hole podcast. Austin Guerrero trying to hold off the 94s. He's going to look underneath him. Terrence Murphy's race lead already up to 0.8 of a second. Ryan McClure trying to hold with him. And then after that, a big gap between 2nd and 3rd. Just like we saw last restart, folks. We saw Corey Moore break away with Murphy there for a while, but he just burned his stuff up trying to keep up with him. So hopefully the same doesn't happen to McClure. You see that big gap. I'm kind of curious if McClure can hold this pace or how it's going to work out. But we drop back to this main pack here from 3rd on back. Michael Harrington trying to hold off the 33 of Dallas Hall. They're going side by side, going into turn 3. The 8 of Harrington on the top, the 33 of Hall on the bottom. Hall going to take the position from him. Good racing so far here tonight. We're already into lap number 43. These guys racing pretty clean here tonight. Guerrero going to move up to 4th. Josh Westendorf going to take the 5th spot as well. 8 is struggling right now. He's just pinned to the top. Cannot get off the top, and he is getting freight trained at the moment. Let's see what's going on in the back as we hop on board with Mike Presley. Oh, and a subscriber just came in. Brian Matthews, the latest GOAT of Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We appreciate you for your subscription, Brian. But taking a look at Mike Presley out of Knoxville, Tennessee, sitting in the 24th position. Big Tennessee fan. Well, I'm sure Mike loved watching the Tennessee-Alabama football game. All right, guys? A good old Rocky Top ran into a freight train of the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide. I'm just kidding. I don't care about the Tide either. But we go back up front here. Terrence Murphy, your race leader. McClurg trying to keep that pace, but look at this gap. This is incredible. Third place is 5 seconds back already. Terrence Murphy's just on another level tonight. McClurg trying to hang there with him, but it is tough, and he's already burned his tires up trying to keep up with him, I think. You might start seeing this guy fall back. Let's take a look. Let's hop on board. In the chat, we have Connor Gerard, Brian Matthews. Says he couldn't make it out here tonight. Well, we appreciate you tuning in nonetheless, Brian. Thanks for the comment, buddy. While we're watching these guys rip it around, how about a quick shout out, ladies and gentlemen? I received word earlier today. Let's see if I can find it. Hang on. So, regular racer of the series here with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League, John Sheen. John Sheen unable to make it tonight. Folks, he's at Disney World, and he's got the race on with a bunch of people around him. Rumor is he's at a bar watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV. He wants to see the Archer Farmer Memorial with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. John, if you're tuned in, drop a comment. Let us know you're watching, buddy. Big shout out to you tuned in here tonight as we watch Terrence Murphy dominate this race out front. 1.2 second lead for Murphy. Third place, though, folks, already 6 seconds back. Side-by-side battle, though, for the third spot. Here comes the 94 of Chase, going to take over that third position. Fred Chase into third. It's going to move Austin Guerrero to fourth, Dallas Hall into fifth. Dropping back a little bit here in the sixth position, Josh Westendorf out of Greenville, South Carolina. Josh in the sixth position. Then we go back another spot in the 78 of Jason Rushing in seventh. Jason's out of Fairview, North Carolina. And then behind him, don't look now, folks, Willie Smith has worked himself back up through the field. That first caution got absolutely smoked by a guy who decided to back it up in front of the whole field. So Willie Smith was running second, ends up getting junked, goes back to last. Folks, he's back up to seventh right now. And in the ninth position, John Stapleton out of Muskegon, Michigan in ninth. And rounding out your top 10, Jeffrey Petty out of Fayetteville, Tennessee. Fairly clean race so far here, heading into lap number 53 out of 150 here at the Dover Monster Mile. We appreciate you folks tuning in. We're going to take a quick break, but don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap. We're going Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. Be right back.
Have you ever heard something you couldn't explain? Saw a shadow in the corner that wasn't there before? Maybe a voice calling your name when you were alone? Now's your chance to tell your story. Join us on Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. We want to hear your encounters with ghosts, spirits, and things that go bump in the night. Whether you've seen full-bodied apparitions or just felt a chill you can't explain, we want to hear it. Call now. Don't be afraid.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live back here once again. The Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at the Dover Monster Mile. Terrence Murphy out front is just killing it right now. He is your race leader. About a 3-second gap. We saw McClurg. He tried to hang with him for a while, but was unable to hold. We saw the same thing earlier with Corey Moore. Green flag came out. Corey Moore was in second. He hung bumper to bumper there with Murphy for, I don't know, 15 laps or so. And then he just, like a freight train, dropped straight to the back. And looks like McClurg starting to fall back, do the same thing. So just some kind of advantage Terrence Murphy has. He is just killing them here tonight. But it's been a fun one so far here. We're on to lap number 62 out of 150. We've seen some guys head down pit road, a couple of them. At least Blake Hewlett went down pit road. He's basically the only one. So pit cycle hasn't started yet. Let's pull up the Hutchinson Motorsports TV pit strategy board. These guys have been out here 31 laps. I know we have 55% fuel capacity tonight. What that translates into, folks, I have no idea. So we're going to have to kick back and wait and see what these guys elect to head down pit road, as Ryan McClurg sitting in the second spot. Back in the third, though, Fred Chase. Fred Chase about 6 seconds behind Murphy, your race leader. But a big shout out to all our fans tuned in. Michael Weaver in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, Michael. Connor Gerard, of course. Michael Weaver says Terrence Murphy is the GOAT. I can't argue with that here tonight, honestly. It'd be a losing argument if I were to say otherwise. But again, another big shout out to John Sheen tonight. He is tuning in over down by Disney World. He's slacking this week, taking a week off of the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League to go to Disney World. Are you kidding me, John? Come on. Everybody pour a sip of your drink out for John's wallet, though. If he's at Disney World, he's going to be spending some serious money this week. Best of luck, John. Hope you have a good time. Dropping back to the 6th position, Jeffrey Petty into 6th, and looks like we got some more takers to head down pit road. Douglas Ivy goes in for some service as well. Here comes your race leader, Terrence Murphy. He's going to short pit the field from way out front. Boy, I like this decision. You know, a lot of leaders, they're scared to pit early. They're going to wait. They're like, you know what? I'm going to stay out here. I don't want to get caught a lap down if the caution comes out. Well, Terrence Murphy, he's here to win. He's racing to win, not racing to not lose. Well, Terrence Murphy going to pit before all the other leaders. Aggressive call there by the leader, as Ryan McClurg, your race leader for the moment, going to head down now. So McClurg down pit road. That's going to hand the lead off to Fred Chase out front. Fred Chase into first. Willie Smith right behind him in second, followed by Hall, Petty, and Austin Guerrero rounding out your top 5. We'll see how this pit cycle plays out as these guys continue under green. We're on board with Fred Chase, currently your race leader, with Willie Smith reeling him in right behind him. Kevin Burns in the chat, he says better reason to miss the race than mine. Kevin, what are you doing out there? We got another slacker in the chat, skipping a week of racing. That is unbelievable. Can you believe it, Connor? Connor Gerard. These guys are just skipping races here. This is unbelievable. Jeffrey Petty down pit road. He was in the top 10. Well, now he's going to get him some fresh tires and whatnot, as Fred Chase, your race leader, continues to stay out for now. Here comes Chase heading down pit road, going to pass the lead on to Willie Smith. Willie Smith earlier was running second, gets absolutely annihilated by a guy who was stuck in the wall, decides to back up in front of the whole field as the caution comes out, and Willie Smith gets absolutely clobbered. You know what, folks? Let's go back to this incident. You know, a lot of you just started tuning in. This happened a long time ago. This is like lap number, I don't know, 10 or so. Take a look. So Brad G ends up crashing. This is a while back. So this happened again forever ago. Brad G spins off, okay, smokes the wall. It's still green right now, so he stops. Still green for the moment. Still green. Then he finally says, you know what, the caution's not going to come out, so I guess I'll go. So then Brad G starts rolling. Here come the leaders right here. So then the caution comes out right now. Puts it in reverse. Wham! Smokes Willie Smith. And then boom. Who's that behind him? The 48 involved as well. So that happened a long, long time ago. Now everything's changed. Willie Smith took over the race lead for a second, but he's down pit road, has worked himself back up front. So Dallas Hall, your race leader, he's going to come down pit road as well. So Austin Guerrero takes over the lead briefly, but he's down pit road too, so that's going to pass off the lead to Jonathan Dominics in the 62 machine. Take a look there at the board. All your leaders have over 40 laps on their tires. We saw a lot of them come down pit road here now. Dallas Hall down pit road, Austin Guerrero, Jason Rushing, Brian Cook, Jonathan Day, and Brad Lawrence, all down pit road. So basically now the only one left on old tires is going to be your race leader, Jonathan Dominics, and he's coming down this time. So here comes Dominic. Oh no, Dominics spins it out. Oh, that's unfortunate. Jonathan Dominics going down pit road, loops it around. So that's going to be the whole field that's come down pit road. He's going to pass the lead back to Terrence Murphy. Folks, look at the gap right now. Hang on, Murphy still has to get around Dominics. So we saw Murphy was out front by a decent amount. He elected to pit before the rest of the field from the lead. And it looks like that lead has grown. He has about a 4-second advantage on McClure. We have a battle for the second position. Actually, Fred Chase going to get around McClure to take that spot over. So Fred Chase into second, Ryan McClure third. Willie Smith comes out off of pit road into fourth. So Smith has to feel pretty good about his spot right now. After working back through the field, Willie Smith, he's got a little fresher tires than the guys in front of him. You see Smith there in fourth. He just pit with McClure in front of him, pit 8 laps ago. So he'll have a bit of an advantage here. I'm expecting to see Willie Smith get back up to the second position at least. But here's the GOAT himself, Terrence Murphy. Way out front, has a lap car behind him, trying to navigate through some traffic. Terrence Murphy, your race leader once again after the green flag pit cycle. But here on lap 77, boy, Connor, it's good to see some green flag racing, isn't it, buddy? Those races last night were a little tough to watch, weren't they? These guys, they've been fairly clean, just a couple of yellows. One of them was a single car spin, and the other one just a little mix-up. Nothing crazy yet, though, here at Dover. Good green flag racing here tonight. Dover Monster Mile, the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League, folks. We're going to take a quick break and thank some of our wonderful sponsors. We'll be right back here for the continuation of this one. You're watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV. World's number one streaming service. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
And the caution is out. Terrence Murphy has just junked it. I didn't see what happened, folks. You might have saw it, but I didn't. I wasn't looking at my screen. Let's take a rewind back here. Here's your race leader, Terrence Murphy. Oh, I think he just loses it coming off the corner. Wow. A rare mix-up there from your race leader, Terrence Murphy. He's getting through some slower traffic. He gets bumped there. But then coming off the corner. I mean, yeah, I don't think he was touched. Take another look here, folks. Let's get a better view. So here's your race leader in the 5. Yeah, he just comes down. The 8 was there, unfortunately. I mean, really, nobody did anything wrong. So caution comes out. Terrence Murphy. Folks, that engine's smoking. He might have blew it. Wow. Boy, the heavy favorite to win this race, Terrence Murphy. He is junk. Okay, he's still rolling for now, but look at this thing. He's going to definitely need that fast repair, folks. Again, these guys do get one fast repair. Well, Terrence Murphy's going to need it, and he's going to have to work through the field, and he's passing the lead off to Fred Chase. How about that? Kevin Burns in the chat, he's rooting for Fred Chase, and Fred Chase taking over this race lead. We're going to go take that break we were going to do, folks. We'll be right back here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, caution, number 3 is out.
Growmasters. The highlight is 30 different vitamins and minerals and an all-natural organic dewormer, which promotes gut health. When any animal is not fighting parasites and worms, they feel better, eat more, and they grow more, antlers included. Mention Average Joe's Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets and you will receive a free hat. This is an exclusive offer for Average Joe Sim Racers, family, friends, and viewers.
Have you ever heard something you couldn't explain? Saw a shadow in the corner that wasn't there before? Maybe a voice calling your name when you were alone? Now's your chance to tell your story. Join us on Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. We want to hear your encounters with ghosts, spirits, and things that go bump in the night. Whether you've seen full-bodied apparitions or just felt a chill you can't explain, we want to hear it. Call now. Don't be afraid.
We are back here at Dover with the Archer Farmer Memorial 150. The field is set. Pace car is in your front row. In the 94 on the inside, gonna be Fred Chase. On the outside, the 43, Ryan McClurg. Green flag back in the air at Dover. Going into lap number 85 here tonight. These guys putting on a clinic out here at the Monster Mile. We're watching John Stapleton in the 8th position. He is door to door battling it out. These guys racing hard, racing clean so far tonight. Back out front though, Fred Chase, your race leader. Willie Smith into second, Ryan McClurg in third. Let's drop back a bit here, see how Terrence Murphy is handling getting through some traffic. Boy, Terrence Murphy has dominated this whole race. Unfortunately, spins out, junks his truck, has to head down pit road, uses that the only faster barrier he gets. Now he's got some work to do, but right now he's in 11th. Not like he has a ton of ground to make up, but he needs to definitely start chipping away. And he's got the truck to do it here, folks. Terrence Murphy in the 11th position. But your race leader still Fred Chase in that 94 machine. He's got a rocket ship himself. Can Fred hold on and park this thing in the victory lane? He's trying to hold off Willie Smith. Drop back a bit in the field here. Dallas Hall back into the 11th position with Blake Hewlett in the 12th. Hard into the wall goes Hewlett. That Miami Dolphins number 9 machine, he's going to lose some ground. Hopefully he doesn't have some damage after that one. Terrence Murphy now up to the 8th position. I tell you what, these leaders better look out. I hate to keep mentioning him, but this guy, he is the one to watch here, and plenty of time. Still 61 laps left to go here at the Dover Monster Mile. Up to 4th, though, out of Fayetteville, Tennessee, Jeffrey Petty. Good run so far tonight for Jeffrey. As we look to the field, trying to find who our hard charger of the evening is, folks. And I'm seeing this man right here. How about Sean Fry? In the 10th position out of Jasper, Missouri. He started, ladies and gentlemen, back in the 27th position. Well, right now, look at him. He is in 10th. Making moves for sure tonight here in that number 14 truck. But we go back up front. Fred Chase, after starting in 4th earlier on, is your race leader, starting to pull away from Willie Smith. Willie Smith involved in an incident earlier on. He has worked himself back up to 2nd. Then we go back here to Ryan McClure, started back in the 15th position. Well, he's been up front all night long. Didn't qualify too well, but he's been on the podium basically the whole race. Then behind him, we got a battle for 4th. Jeffrey Petty trying to hold off the 95 of Corey Moore. Corey Moore had some speed, but earlier he just pushed his truck a little too hard, trying to keep up with Terrence Smith out front. Or sorry, Terrence Murphy out front, I'm sorry. So yeah, Corey Moore, he was out front, was running in 2nd. Stayed with the 5 truck of Murphy for a while, but then he just dropped like a rock, lost all kinds of ground doing it. But now he's worked himself back up into the top 5. And we head into 6th here, John Stapleton, Terrence Murphy 7, Michael Harrington, Jason Rushing, and Sean Fry rounding out the top 10. As always, though, thanks for tuning in here. You're watching the Average Joe Sim Racing League action, the Grow Masters Truck Series. Good one here tonight. This is the Archer Farmer Memorial. This race dedicated to Archer Farmer and his family. Out here at Dover, these guys putting on a show as Fred Chase continues to lead the pack. Let's drop back in the field a little bit right now. Only 16 trucks on the lead lap, folks. Justin McCurdy, the last truck on the lead lap. Oh, caution's out. 87 is jump. Brian Cook and Blake Hewlett involved. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's get a better view here of this, folks. Let us know, what do you think happened here? 9 gets into the wall. I mean, 87 just kind of comes up there. 9 hits the wall, but he doesn't really ever come down. Brian Cook there, looks like he just thought he was clear maybe or something, just comes up, ends up right hooking himself straight into the wall. 2 truck incident there. That's the 9 and the 87 involved, heavily damaged. So, caution back out here. This is caution number 4 with the Archer Farmer Memorial. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. We appreciate you folks tuning in. Larry McReynolds has a quick message for you great fans at home.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at the Archer Farmer Memorial 150. Pace car is in, field is set. Take a look at who's on the outside of the front row, folks. Terrence Murphy on the outside. Fred Chase on the inside. Green flag in the air at Dover. Now, we saw a majority of the field went down pit road, got them some fresh tires, but your top three or so at least stayed. Oh, no, only Chase and Murphy stayed out there on the older tires. And Westendorf. So everybody else has fresh tires there if you take a look. So it looks like Chase, Murphy, and Westendorf on the older tires. These guys might be sitting ducks, but we'll see how this plays out. If you're just tuning in, though, earlier, Terrence Murphy was dominating this race. Ends up junking it in front of a lap car. Had to go all the way to the back. Well, folks, he's back up to second. He's definitely got the best truck, but he doesn't have the best tires right now. Willie Smith, though, up to the third position. Willie Smith was running second when that first caution came out, and a guy was pinned into the wall, just decided to throw it in reverse and just flat out junk him. So Willie Smith has worked through the field himself, and right now he's probably got the advantage to take over the race lead soon. He's got the fresh tires on him. Smith into second. So keep an eye on Willie Smith. Looks like a couple cars just junked it. We're still green for now. We'll stay tuned here to the battle for the race lead. Once this ends and Willie Smith passes him, we'll show you what happened. Looks like Mike Presley and Blake Hewlett involved. So a big run there by Smith. He's going to go to the outside. Again, Willie Smith with the fresher tires. He's going to pass the 94 at Chase fairly easily is my guess. And there's the pass coming out of turn 4. Willie Smith, your new race leader. So let's rewind it, folks. We're still green, but an incident happened. Here it is. Well. Oh, man. Blake Hewlett, no clue what he's doing out there, folks. He flipped it, and we stayed green, by the way. Let's see this one more time. We just had a truck flip it at Dover, and we stayed green. So there's Mike Presley. Hewlett decides to pass him and then throw a slide job onto the apron. Smokes him, rolls it over. He's junked. Blake Hewlett is done for the night, folks. Wow. But we're still clean and green somehow. Willie Smith, your race leader out front. Terrence Murphy in second, has the older tires. Again, Murphy probably has a better truck than Smith tonight, but it doesn't matter. He's got the older tires. So Murphy in the second, Fred Chase in the third position. Then we have McClurg, and rounding out the top five, Jeffrey Petty. Checking out the HMS TV chat, we've got Christian Taylor chatting it up with Connor Gerard. 27 fans tuned in here tonight. Thursday night action with the Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Sponsored by Growmasters. Well, I tell you what, be sure, folks, head on over to Growmasters. Order yourself 2 buckets, and you can get you a free hat. Again, more info to come later on. So Willie Smith with his fresher tire starting to run away with it. A 1.5 second gap between him and Terrence Murphy. As we pull up the pit strategy board, Smith has 10 laps on them tires. Will Murphy in second has 26 laps. So 16 lap advantage on the tires as the McClurg smokes the wall in third. Oh my, probably gonna have some damage on that one. Comes out of the corner like a rocket ship. Forgot there was a turn there and just annihilates the wall. McClurg in the third. Oh, look out, 94, Chase is jumped. Oh my goodness, Fred Chase just got jumped. Let's see what happened. We know Chase was on the older tires here. Does he come down? Yep. So Fred Chase hits the wall, comes down, and there's a car there, junks it. Boy, that's unfortunate. Fred Chase was running great here tonight. Oh, that guy tried to ARCA brake him. He tried to get him. So caution is back out here, folks. That's exactly what Terrence Murphy needed. You know he's going to head down pit road. But what is your race leader, Willie Smith, going to do? I don't know how many sets of tires these guys get. But again, Willie Smith, he pit 12 laps ago with the majority of the field. We're definitely going to see Murphy head down pit road as well as Westendorf. But what are the others going to do here, folks? We're going to take a quick break to shout out a couple of our sponsors. We appreciate you tuning in here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Caution, number 5. Looks like the whole field heading down.
Growmasters. The highlight is 30 different vitamins and minerals and an all-natural organic dewormer, which promotes gut health. When any animal is not fighting parasites and worms, they feel better, eat more, and they grow more, antlers included. Mention Average Joe's Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets, and you will receive a free hat. This is an exclusive offer for Average Joe Sim Racers, family, friends, and viewers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the Archer Farmer Memorial with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Front row, it's going to be Ryan McClurg on the inside, Jeffrey Petty on the outside. The field is set. We are ready to roll. Pace car is in. Fans are on their feet. They're off their seats. They're ready for some action. Green flag back in the air here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Good jump there for McClurg. So McClurg stays out here. As we pull up the pit strategy board, we see our top 5 trucks elected to stay out on the older tires. So we're going to see how this plays out. McClurg starting to break away a little bit. Oh, and look at that rocket ship in the back. Willie Smith with the fresh tires. He's just slicing and dicing through the field. He just took the middle and passed like 3 or 4 cars. Up to 6th here, Willie Smith working through the field quickly. And right behind him, Terrence Murphy. He's led most of the laps here tonight. After junking it earlier, he has finally worked himself through the field here. Has some fresh tires. He's going to make something happen, folks. Oh, no! Oh, gosh, I jinxed him. I just jinxed him. Terrence Murphy is junk. He's done. He's out of fast repairs. Wow. Green flag is still out. Terrence Murphy is done. He loops it coming off the corner and annihilates the wall. Best truck in the field tonight is toast. So that's going to leave the door open for the rest of these guys. Corey Moore looking to take over the race lead as he gets underneath McClurg and he passes him with ease. Corey Moore out front. Ryan McClurg's in second for now, but it looks like John Stapleton going to make the pass, take over that second position. It's going to move McClurg back to 3rd. Into 4th, Jeffrey Petty. 5th, Willie Smith. Boy, it's been a fun race. A lot of ups and downs here tonight. This looked like a race that Terrence Smith was just, I keep calling him Smith. Terrence Murphy was going to run away with it and dominate, but it doesn't happen, folks. You know, part of winning races, being consistent. Unfortunately, Terrence had 2 big mistakes here tonight, and it's going to cost him. But as always, we appreciate you tuning in here, folks. Big shout out to one of our viewers tonight, John Sheen, tuning in from Disney World, skipping the races to go to Disney World. RIP to John's wallet. I know all about how expensive Disney World can get. But we look through the field here, seen Fry. I keep wanting to say Sean. It's something. Sean, if you ever watch, shoot me a message. Is it Sean or Seen? I mean, I want to say Sean, but it's definitely spelled Seen, so I'm going to go with Seen. So Seen Fry, for now, is in the 10th position here in that number 14 truck. Started in the 27th position. Meanwhile, Willie Smith in the 4th here. Feeling good about his chances tonight. Still just 30 laps left to go here at the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Oh no! Got a wreck. Trying to see who's involved here. My timing and scoring's not telling me. I think it may be Fry's involved. Hang on. Yes, he is. So Fry is involved here. Let's see what happens here, folks. Oh, the 20 just comes up and doors him. It says later, loser. Junks him. So that's going to bring out caution number 6 here tonight at the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at the Dover Monster Mile. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. Appreciate you tuning in. You're watching Average Joe Sim Racing League action on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Be right back.
Have you ever heard something you couldn't explain? Saw a shadow in the corner that wasn't there before? Maybe a voice calling your name when you were alone? Now's your chance to tell your story. Join us on Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. We want to hear your encounters with ghosts, spirits, and things that go bump in the night. Whether you've seen full-bodied apparitions or just felt a chill you can't explain, we want to hear it. Call now. Don't be afraid.
We are back here at the Dover Monster Mile with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League action here tonight. Caution number 6 is out. We just watched, pit strategy has been very important here tonight. Majority of the field heads down pit road, but your front row, Willie Smith on the inside, Michael Harrington on the outside, into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air at Dover. Taking a look at the board, your top 3 on the old tires, 14 laps on those tires. Everybody else down pit road has the freshness. So from McClurg on back, everybody on fresh tires. Let's see how this plays out for the field. McClurg looking to the inside, outside of the 92 of Westendorf. Door to door looking to get a run. It takes a lap or so for them tires to heat up, but you're going to start noticing a slight advantage as your top 2 try to start to pull away as McClurg continues to try to get around Westendorf in third. Willie Smith holds on to the race lead with Harrington right behind him. 24 laps remain. Smith out front, Harrington in second, Westendorf third. Then we have McClurg, and rounding out the top 5, Corey Moore. These guys making these slightly older tires work out front, but still a long way to go. 24 laps left at the Dover Monster Mile. You're watching the Archer Farmer Memorial. We got them getting loose coming off of turn 4. Hard racing through the field. Dallas Hall in the 8th position, trying to get around the 24 of Petty. Ryan Cook back up to the 9th position after being involved in an incident earlier, trying to round out a top 10. He sees 2 guys side by side right in front of him, the top on board. Out of Unionville, North Carolina, looking to get underneath the 24. Cook continues to run with Jason Rushing right behind him in 10th. While these guys continue to battle around, let's take the Hutchinson Motorsports TV drone out for a quick little spin. See if I can get a connection. So here's the 78, Jason Rushing, Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. You might have heard the commercial there, folks. Jason Rushing with the podcast, Down the Rabbit Hole. Be sure to check it out on YouTube. Follow it on Facebook, all that good stuff. Get you some information from Jason. Good to see a good run from Jason as the 20's looking to the inside of him. Slide job. We just saw a slide job on the Hutchinson Motorsports TV drone. The 20 makes the pass for 9. Out front, though, Willie Smith pulling away over a second lead on Michael Harrington. So Willie Smith out front, side-by-side battle for second. Michael Harrington going to give up the spot, and he's going to fall back in the third. Corey Moore in the second, McClurg fourth, followed by John Stapleton in the top 5. Willie Smith has the fresh tires. He's got the clean air. Only 17 laps left remain here. Boy, he wants this thing to stay green, ladies and gentlemen. If this thing stays green, I don't see Willie Smith losing this race. It's still a long way to go. Let's see what happens. As we drop back in the field, going back here to the 88. Oh, a Packers truck. Man, I should definitely black that truck out. That's the worst truck I've seen. Unbelievable. We got a Packers fan out here, Dan Adams. I'm going to have to talk with Dan later on. Unbelievable. Sitting in the 15th position, Dan Adams. Fred Chase, after leading some laps earlier, running in the 12th spot, was involved in an incident trying to get back up front. Well, he is struggling right now. Fred Chase in 12th. Right behind him, Stephen Blevins. Boy, last week, Stephen had a big win. You see the picture there, folks? You know, I talked with Stephen, and he pulls off the win. And, you know, he talked to the King, Richard Petty. Take a look at his picture. And he's real close with the King. Him and the King go way back. And, you know, he just gave him some great advice, and Stephen was able to hold off and take the win home last week here with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Well, the bad news for him, Richard Petty's advice here at the Dover Monster Mile didn't really help him so much. Meanwhile, we got some battles right here. How about this? We got a hornet's nest of cars. Oh, no, look out. They almost junked it. That was a close call there, folks. That's going to space these guys out, but we had about 6 trucks within a 1/10 of a second of each other. They were duking it out, but right now they've fallen single file. With just 13 laps remaining, Willie Smith, your race leader, way out front, a 1.1 second lead. Looks like Corey Moore is slowly reeling them in, but really probably has to pick up the pace just a little bit if he wants a shot at the 3 truck of Willie Smith. Connor Gerard in the chat, chatting it up. Yeah, Connor said we had a Dolphins truck and a Packers truck. What's this? Well, Connor, we also have a Detroit Lions truck somewhere out here. Let me try to find it. Well, he's toast. Josh Westendorf, he's junk. He's on pit road. He's got the Detroit Lions on his truck. So we got a bunch of football fans out here. You know, myself, hate to admit it. Although right now, you know, it's not too bad, but I am a Chicago Bears fan. That's why I wasn't too fond of that Packers truck. Again, I'm getting in the paint file right now to black that thing out. Actually, I might make it a Bears paint. That's what I'm going to work on this week, actually. Dan Adams. I'm going to work on him a new paint for the 88. I'm going to make it a Bears truck. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me write that down in my notes real quick, folks. So we jump back up here to the 5th position. John Stapleton out of Muskegon, Michigan. In that 56 machine, holding on to a top 5 run, and it looks like the Gravedigger 05 truck is junked there, heading down to the apron. Don't have a notification to see what happened with him. He is way off pace, though. But Willie Smith, your race leader in the number 3 machine, 1.4 second lead for Smith. Corey Moore in 2nd, and right behind Moore in 2nd, or in 3rd, is McClure. Ryan McClure, he's had a good night. He's been up front all night long. Trying to get to the inside, make the pass on the 95 machine to take over that 2nd position with just 7 laps remaining here at the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at Dover. Good race so far. Lots of ups and downs for some of these guys. Willie Smith was involved in an incident earlier, able to overcome and adapt, work through the field, takes the tires at the right time, and here he is in the race lead with just 6 laps to go. McClure into 2nd. Dallas Hall takes over that 3rd spot. Go a little bit further back here. Brian Cook in 7th, trying to give these guys a challenge for that 6th and 5th position. But he is running out of time. That's Stapleton in front of him, and Petty right in front of him as well. Dallas Hall looking to the bottom. He's going to make the pass for the 2nd position. Good run here by Dallas Hall. He takes over the spot. Just 5 laps remain. Willie Smith loves what he's seeing in his rear view mirror. These two are battling it out. Dallas Hall into 2nd. Be sure, folks, click that like button on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel as we get to the finish here tonight at the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at the Dover Monster Mile. 4 laps remain. Click that subscribe button to the channel. The only place you're going to see Grow Masters Average Joe's Sim Racing League action is right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. 100% confirmed fact. Our next stream, folks, it's going to be Saturday night with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. But we got a race to finish here at Dover as Willie Smith is ripping it around the Monster Mile. Coming out of turn 4, 2 laps remain in front of this sold-out crowd. Boy, that lead is dwindling, but thankfully for Willie Smith is these guys are running out of time. He is down to 0.8 of a second lead, but he's heading into turns 3 and 4 with 2 to go. He's getting the white flag this time around. Let's hop on board. Willie Smith with the white flag in the air. He doesn't have to worry about a caution. Going into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Willie Smith out front. Looking like he's going to be able to hold off the hard-charging Dallas Hall in the second position. Into turns 3 and 4. Willie Smith, clean run, clean air in front of him. Out of turn 4, in front of a sold-out crowd. Checkered flag in the air. Willie Smith wins the Archer Farmer Memorial 150. Second goes to Dallas Hall. Third place, Ryan McClurg, after smoking the wall coming out of turn 4, holds on to third. Jeffrey Petty in the 4th, rounding out your top 5, Corey Moore. So there's your top 5 here, folks. We're going to get our top 3 ready for an interview. We got some quick messages to share to you. Larry McReynolds, go ahead, let them know.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Willie Smith burning it down here. He is your winner. Let's get these guys in for a quick interview. Give me a second here. We got Willie Smith, Hall, and McClurg, your top 3. Let me move them into our waiting room. Hang on here, folks. We're watching Willie Smith burn it down. Your race winner here tonight. I'm having some computer issues. Give me a second. I think we're good, though. Okay, all right. I think we're ready to roll. Okay, so your third place finisher, Ryan McClurg. Let's get him in here. Ryan, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Who you hollering for?
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
1 second, just double checking some stuff here. Okay, so you're able to take home a top 3 finish here tonight. Sorry, I was trying to clean something up on the computer, but top 3 run for you. You know, you end up taking third after smoking the wall coming out of turn 4. How'd the truck feel tonight?
Well, it felt pretty good for those first about 20, 25 laps. Then it went to pot after that. but yeah, I think if Freddie is who it was there, it was right there coming to the flag. He probably would have had me if I didn't move down to block him there. But yeah, it's a good race. I really like his track. I do good here for whatever reason. But yeah, felt good tonight. Truck felt good. Just a couple of times I did that. I tried to knock the wall down coming off of 4 there. A lot of guys were having trouble coming off of 2. It seems like I was having trouble coming off of 4. I don't know. I guess I had to be the oddball, huh?
Yeah, I think I saw through the field. A couple others did as well, but yeah, you definitely had speed all night long. It looked like you were in the top 3 or 5 basically the whole night. So it has to feel pretty good bringing home a podium finish to continue some momentum throughout the season here.
Yeah, I definitely needed it. Last week wasn't real good to me, so yeah, this week that was the finish definitely needed right there. So
Absolutely. Now, next week we're
yeah.
heading into Kansas. How are you feeling about your chances over at Kansas?
I like Kansas. I done really about 2 or 3 weeks ago when the officials were at Kansas. I was running there and finishing real well, and I like that track. So hopefully I'll get me another good finish there, and hopefully we get my son back in here. He was having some computer problems tonight, and he couldn't make it. So
Oh,
we need to get him fixed and get him back in here.
yeah, hopefully he's able to make it
Um,
back out next week. Well, hey, congratulations on a podium finish here tonight at the Dover Monster Mile. Before we head out, though, you got any shout outs or anything for the fans at home?
Well, my wife, number one, for putting up with me and letting me do this, because I spend a lot of time on my rig here, probably more than I should. But and then my son for just helping me out, getting everything set up. He's the brains of the operation. So when I have a question about computers or anything I need to do to get my rig to work a little better for me, he's the one I ask. So, but but yeah, those two I guess are the top of my list. So
Absolutely. Definitely don't want to forget
and
the wife there. You'll be in the doghouse.
that's right. And you guys, man, you guys do an awesome job on the broadcast. I look forward every week, no matter how good or bad I do. I look forward to going back and watching the broadcast. You guys are top notch.
Hey, well,
So
we definitely appreciate that.
yeah,
And we appreciate
yeah,
you coming out here racing and watching as well.
yep.
Well, hey,
So
once
thanks,
again,
guys.
though, yeah, congratulations. Top 3 finish, putting it on the podium here in the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at Dover. Ryan McClurg, your 3rd place finisher there. Had to shout out the family. You got to keep the wife happy or you might get in trouble. But let's pull in our 2nd place finisher here, Dallas Hall. Let's see what Dallas has. Dallas, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yep, I got you.
Hey, a great run for you. It seemed like you were up front most of the night, and especially there at the end. And it looked like, if this thing might have been another 5 or 10 laps, you might have had a shot at the win.
Oh yeah, it was a tough one all night, starting out on the first pit cycle, bending it in there, and that didn't help my causes. But yeah, getting on the right side of the tire cycle on the last go round gave me a chance there. I had to fight through about 9 spots of traffic to get up to Willie, who I knew was on a little older tires, and a few more laps wouldn't hurt, but I'll take what I can get.
Absolutely. And, there for a while, it looked like Terrence Murphy was just going to run away and win this thing, and he ends up junking his truck a couple times, and he's out of it. So that gives you guys a good shot to race for the win.
Oh yeah, through the first couple runs, I thought it was his race to lose, and that's what it ended up being. I hate that he messed up his car and took his chances out, but he's a great racer, and he'll have plenty of chances at another one. So it was nice to get up there and have our time too.
Absolutely. And then next week, we're heading over to Kansas. How you feeling about your chances over at Kansas?
Oh yeah, Kansas that's one of my favorite tracks, and of course haven't been there yet this year, and but I've ran there some in the past, and it's a little switch up from Dover, so I like to keep it changing. So I'm looking forward to it.
It definitely should be a good one. Always brings out some great racing. But hey, before you head out, though, you put it on the podium here in the Dover Monster Mile. You got any shout outs for our fans watching at home?
Yeah, of course this was the Archer Farmer Memorial tonight. That's my fiance's granddad who passed a couple years ago, and we were just representing him, and I was glad to put on a good show for it. So sorry I couldn't get the win, but hopefully second will do.
Well, hey, it was a great run for you, especially with the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 here at Dover. So, again, congratulations putting it on the podium here tonight, and we look forward to hearing from you more throughout the rest of the year.
I appreciate it. I'll see you again.
Absolutely. Dallas Hall, your 2nd place finisher here tonight. Good to see Dallas with a good run tonight here. He said Archer Farmer was his fiance's grandfather, so Great job for him to put it on the podium here at the Memorial Race Forum. But, folks, it is time to bring in the star of the night, our winner, Willie Smith. Let's get him in here. Willie, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you loud and clear, Blake.
Hey, what a race for you. You know, early on, that crazy incident happens. You get junked and have to go to the back. How were you feeling when that happened?
I was like, man, I gotta keep my head down and just dig. And our team and everybody on pit road and just phenomenal pit stops. And I was a little scared there at the end whenever I don't know when it was, like lap 25 caution or something like that, and everybody came in. I was like, I already took my last set, and just luckily enough, we just had enough horsepower under that hood to hold everybody off.
Yeah, definitely worked out for you. You know, the good news when that happened, you had plenty of time to still get through the field, but you definitely probably weren't very happy when that incident happened, huh?
Nah, it's, you know, sometimes in iRacing, that's how it goes. So, you know, get collected, and luckily we had a fast repair and was able to use it. And other leagues, you know, they don't use fast repairs, and you know, been done on lap. But like I said, it's, you know, little frustrating, yeah. But you know, this right here takes the cake over anything that happened on lap 6.
Absolutely.
Finally got us a win.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you definitely had, you know, front running speed the whole night long, but there for a while, you know, I talked to the other drivers about it. Looked like Terrence Murphy was just going to run away with this thing, and he ends up making a couple mistakes, and he ends up junk.
It would have been a close race with me and Murphy. You know, we race hard and everything, and if it was, you know, come down to B, and luckily it was our night.
Absolutely. And then now next week we're heading over to Kansas. How you feeling about your chances over there?
I feel good about Kansas. I like all the mile and a half tracks. Basically, you just flat footed around it, and you know, you just don't lift.
Yeah.
And but you know, looking forward to Kansas. Can't remember where we're going after Kansas, but any of mile and a half tracks I'm looking forward to. And you know, I'm just rambling on. First win in the league. So I mean,
no, I definitely get it. Definitely has to feel pretty good. And we're going to be at Kansas and Texas, and then over to Watkins Glen. So 3 different styles of tracks coming up here the next few weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure. Looking forward to all 3 of them. I actually enjoy Watkins Glen.
Yeah, you know, it's always fun to change it up, do some road course racing every once in a while. But, hey, you park it here in Victory Lane tonight, your first league win with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League in the Archer Farmer Memorial 150. Before you head out, though, Willie, you got any shout-outs or anything to add for the fans listening at home?
Yeah, sure do. Want to thank Growmaster for being the series sponsor. Want to thank you all for broadcasting. Want to shout out my wife, my kids, my grandpa. He's watching, and that's about it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, once again, congratulations on your first league win here tonight in the series. And we don't think that probably won't be the last one. So we'll probably be hearing from you more throughout the rest of this season, won't we?
I sure hope so.
Absolutely. Well, hey, once again, congratulations. And we look forward to hearing from you later on.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's Willie Smith, tonight's winner in the Archer Farmer Memorial 150 at the Dover Monster Mile. You just watched some Grow Masters Average Joe's Sim Racing League action on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, that's going to round out our evening here tonight. Folks, only one race tonight. You know, last night, we had 3 different races going on. Well, tonight, we're taking it easy, just doing one. So that's going to round out everything for us. As always, though, we appreciate you folks tuning in. Be sure to click that like button on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel really helps. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We are getting pretty close. We're up to 17 or 18, something like that. We hope we can maybe get to 1,000 by the end of the year, as we got a little over a month in a couple weeks or so. So nonetheless, I'm rambling on, so we're going to close things out here. We got a message from Larry McReynolds, and then we're going to finish out with the Hutchinson Motorsports TV outro. Thanks for tuning in the booth. Blake Hutchinson, see you next time.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
42 right there with him. Smokes him. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is junk. It's a parking lot. They door slam each other. Checkered flag in the air. It's gonna be too close to call. Oh, he just got smoked. Oh my goodness! He got dumped in IMSA racing. Caution is out. Oh! He's dead! Toward each other, Richter Johnson! Checkered flag!